No, not in school anymore. I was just trying to do too much stuff, really wanted to keep skating and had to, you know, support myself, and I was like, well, I'm healthy now, I can go to school later, and yeah, I kind of stopped after 2 years. I'm just gonna go with saying that being normal is weird, and that it's good just to, you know, I like when people are just themselves, and yeah, I'm just a human being, I have some flaws. Just gonna leave it like that. I think I don't know, I feel like something about being a skateboarder is like a personality type where maybe addicts or something, because realistically it's not normal to be out there every day for hours putting your body on the line, but I mean, we love it and we do it every day. See, I don't like, that's kind of goes back to what I was saying. I like that people are weird. I think probably I would have to then say the most normal skateboarder is the most fucked up. You know, I'm just gonna claim I started that trend. Yeah, you know, people are just catching up now. I used to be a big fan of like the red, green, purple pants. Like, it's a color. I just like, for a while was like, oh, let's get this color pants. I don't have that. And looking back, I kind of think it looks cool in footage and photos, and it, you know, has a little variety. But what stopped was that, what made me stop is I was skating in a really nice neighborhood in Toronto, the beaches, 12 o'clock on a Friday night, 4 people deep, and we're just skating, and this wannabe Toronto thug comes up and just sucker punches me for no reason. Later I realized it's because I was wearing red pants, and he was like wannabe Crip or something along those lines. So that was the end of the red pants right there. I still actually have the shirt where he sucker punched me, covered in blood, and I will wear that shirt every now and then because I really like that shirt and he ruined it. Or like, maybe I just like matured a little bit, but you know when you walk in somewhere and you're wearing red pants, you're instantly like, whoa, you're the dude who's fucking wearing red pants here, and everyone's looking at you. And I don't, you know, I'm trying to slide under the radar, you know, maybe you're skating a like hot spot with security, you know, and those red pants are gonna, you know, be very visible. I have one more actually about red pants. In Canada, like we skate like pretty much the dumbest spots you can think of when it's winter. Parking garages, everyone does that, right? But like we go into universities, hospitals, like subway stations are always a go. Like just when it's snowing, you just gotta get your skate in. So we're skating a hospital, just buttery double set. So like I'm getting a try in, and all of a sudden 5 security guards come running out behind us. So run away, and like we all got in through one door, and like there's 10 of us in there. Get out of there. And I parked right in front of the hospital, and there's like the 5 security guards are there. They arrested the filmer. I walked around like for so long, just like trying to get back to my car. They were out there the whole time. What I ended up doing was I took off my shirt. I'm wearing these red pants that are sticking out like no other. And I rolled around in water to make my pants hopefully like a little bit darker. It wasn't full Canadian winter, but yeah, it was pretty shitty. So I rolled around in the water and just got back in the car, shirtless in front of a bunch of security guards, and drove home. So, I mean, at that point, it's a hassle to try to apprehend me or something like that. It's pretty funny, huh? Because skateboarding is a really hilarious industry. I feel like you gotta kook it pretty hard to like really kook yourself out of it, but one real good kook and you're out of there. Trick selection, your personal style, the way you dress can really, I don't know, we're all judgmental here. That'll, you know, show off your kook pretty easy. I'm only gonna guess is that back in the Storm days, it was the fresher side of skateboarding. So maybe the Yo, Fresh, I don't know, but honestly, the Storm and all that was like before I started skating. I don't know. Dude, I just chopped this. This is the shortest it's been in a while. So I've been couch surfing for like the past month. Out skating every day. My hair's in a bun and a beanie, keeping it pretty skateboarder style. Just not many showers and just, you know. So I got a huge dread in the back and had to get that cut out recently. You'd pick it up and it'd be like, wha-bam. Yeah, and that wasn't even the worst of it too. I went on a 2-week trip to Arizona one time. You know, I have a weird thing where I don't like to shower if I'm like skating well, because I don't want to wash off the good vibes. So if I'm on a trip and I got a good trick that day, I'm gonna go the next day not showering for sure. So on a trip, you know, say I'm skating well, don't shower. I had like the whole back of my head was homeless style. Like you have your own like pillow dreaded up, one big knot back there, and that was the other time it's been really short, just because they just had to cut it all out. Well, you know, it gets to a point where you like need to shower just for your sanity. I sound like a dirtbag here, but you know, I feel like most skateboarders can go a week without showering sometimes. And I mean, at the end of the week, you're gonna be like, oh, dude, I really need to do this soon. But it's like, you're on a trip. You're like, there's like, we were talking about this fear of missing out. So when you're on a trip, like you just want to be around people and have fun, and like everything's so like kind of exciting. You're in a new place, and it's like even taking that 15 minutes to go shower. Like, dude, who knows what you're gonna miss? What type of fun hijinks you're gonna get into, you know? I like the number 3. I kind of really like. I do this thing where like if I'm really scared, I'll go around and give everyone 3 high fives or 3 props. And so then it's like, I've given like 10 people like a bunch of high fives. And then it's like, if you don't try that trick, I'm gonna have to go give them all high fives again. So it's like, really like just embarrassing myself, making it like, dude, I have to do all this before I try a trick. Like, dude, you better do this so you don't have to do this that many more times. And I don't know, you know, you just have a ritual to clear your head, and your mind wants to do the trick, but like you're like, you know, your subconscious is like, no, you could get hurt. And so it's like, I feel like you need something to help trigger the mental process of overcoming that like fear or, you know, whatever's holding you back. So I got my board held hostage in Europe. Just walking back from the store and getting a beer. We were judging a contest. I wanted to have a beer while we were watching the contest. I like passed this like, it just was the coolest looking scene. It was like, just like shacks, but like really like kind of green that was all deteriorating, and like just a bunch of like kind of Rasta looking dudes just listening to reggae. I was like, this is beautiful. I stopped to take a photo. We're kind of in a bad neighborhood. Dude comes up and he's like, you want to buy drugs? You want to do this, that? And then like, I'm like, nah, I'm good. The other homie's like, oh, you skateboard? You're from Canada? Because I was wearing a Blue Jays hat, and like, seemed really nice. I gave him my board to try it out, and then the second he steps on it, he just holds it in. He's like, you're not getting it back. Pulls up his glasses, like his eyes were all fucked up. Pulls up his stomach, his shirt is just full of scars. He's like, I'm a junkie. You're not getting your skateboard back unless you give me 5 euros. I'm a junkie. If you try to reach for your skateboard, we're gonna fuck you up. I had like all the money to my name in my wallet, so I couldn't pull that out. So we went back to the contest and borrowed 5 euros, and yeah. He wouldn't let me leave his site. He walked all the way to the contest and was like, he was a fucking huge sketchball. And it was weird, like we walked the block and like I thought there were like the 3 dudes, and all along the block there's just more people coming out of the cut, just like following around, like seeing if they can get in on the scam. But I found out later, dude, they got my friend like within the 30 minutes. They were just like all buddy, and we're like, hey, let's go get a beer. And he's like, sure, I'm going to buy beer. Like, you're coming to the store, and like they made him buy him like a bunch of beer, and then after like, hey man, you still owe us some money too. The funny part is that my friend, who is, after they robbed him, they're like, Americans are bad people. They're always lying about how much money they have on them. And like, it's like, that's kind of ironic, dude. You're robbing us saying Americans are bad people. Like, right now I'm working on a Transworld part. So I think deadline's like maybe like, or it's coming out next summer. Skating away, working on that, and also trying to adapt to life as a skateboarder in this internet age, and try to social media and do whatever you have to do to stay relevant. And I don't know. Yeah, here we are. Do this, yeah. I guess I'm doing something.
I've been looking for freedom. He was playing this song, and the whole East Side Nation went like, yeah, I've been looking for freedom too.